Welcome to my midweek Chinese takeaway cook along. I've gone back to the red book this week, hence the multitude of ingredients that you're going to need. If you are going to join in with these cook alongs and you're looking for the recipe and you don't have a copy of the book, please head on over to gotlingwan.com. Click on the link on the top, which is Chinese takeaway cook along, and every week I upload the recipe and the method for what we're about to cook on the Wednesday or whatever day it's going to be. Today we are doing the chicken and cashew nuts. I've got a chicken breast, thinly sliced. I've got some baby corn, if you can get it. This is tinned, but you can use the fresh stuff. Some carrot, again, just to add a little bit of colour and sweetness. Onion, bamboo shoots. You can either use the pre-sliced, which I've got here, which is the ones I was able to get hold of. If you can, it's quite nice actually if you chop your bamboo shoots into little square chunks. I just think it eats nice with this one, especially with the cashew nuts. I have some water chestnuts just here, some pre-minced ginger. This was fresh ginger that minced earlier, and 2 garlic cloves, again, which are pre-minced. You'll need some water or some stock. Oyster sauce. Now, oyster sauce is going to inject that rich Chinese gravy flavour. Okay, fantastic ingredients. If you can't get oyster sauce or you're a vegetarian and you're doing this as a vegetarian option, you can use the mushroom stir-fry sauce. I'm using some dark soy sauce. This is going to inject a little bit of colour and a little bit of sweetness and that obviously that umami, but you're going to get tons of umami from the oyster sauce as well. Salt, but I will taste to season. So I may add a little bit of salt. I always tend to add white pepper. It's what we always did in the restaurants. Again, it's just to offer that little bit of background heat. So we've got white pepper. Obviously, we've got the cashew nuts, which we're going to mix half in with the dish. And then we're going to put some on top as a garnish. Thickener of choice, which is my cornflour water slurry. This is approximately a heaped tablespoon of cornflour with a couple of tablespoons of water and just mixed together. And when it sits, it does settle and goes hard, so you will need to massage that, which I will show you in a second. And the last one is sesame oil. We always finish the dish with just a little bit of sesame oil, just to give it that background nutty note. I know it's got the cashews in already, but again, it will just help with that. So while my wok's getting hot, I haven't chopped my onion yet, and I use about half of this. I don't think I'm going to need the whole thing. And I'm just going to chop this into cubes. And I might have to change the cooker in a second as well, because it's blipping away for some reason. My carrot, which I'm going to chop into cubes as well. So I'm just going to chop this into 3 pieces. And then, if you can see, I'm just chopping them into like triangle pieces really. They'll cook really quickly in the wok in a second. You don't have to do it this way. And again, it is only roughly chopped. So we've got some chunks of carrot. My baby corn, I'm going to chop to about 3, I think, actually. So again, just so they're cubed pieces. Some are slightly longer, so they get an extra chop. And there's all of my ingredients prepped and ready to go. Now, I don't know if you can see, my wok is just started to smoke. So there's about 1 tablespoon and maybe not quite 2, so but you know, nearly 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to pop in my onion, and straight away I'm going to add my minced ginger and my minced garlic. Okay, I just control the heat ever so slightly, just turn it down a little bit just while I'm cooking these through. Once the garlic and ginger becomes fragrant, I can then start adding some of the other ingredients, okay? So I'm going to add my carrot, because they take a little bit longer to cook. My baby corn, which is pre-cooked anyway, because it's tinned. But this is just going to help control the heat of that wok. Okay, my heat goes back up to full again. And now in goes my chicken. So again, this is just 1 chicken breast I've just sliced down. And again, I do mention this quite a lot when I do my cook-alongs. Once you've got your chicken in the pan, create a single layer and then leave it alone for a second. We're just trying to get that little bit of browning and caramelization onto it. My chicken has just gone from that pink colour to a nice white opaque colour now. And at this point, I can add in my bamboo shoots. And I'm going to add in my water chestnuts. Give that another quick stir. And again, just leave it alone again, just so the wok can get some of that heat back into it again. So to this, I'm going to add approximately 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Remember guys, when you're cooking, you do this to your own taste. We'll add that little bit of dark soy sauce, just for that background colour and sweetness. This is followed by a pinch of white pepper. And I'm going to add half of my cashew nuts, well, maybe a third of my cashew nuts now, just giving them a crumble in my hands as I add into the wok. And to this, I'm just going to add half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of stock. The stock of choice for me is chicken stock always, and I'm just going to let that come up to the boil. My cornflour's gone quite hard, so I'm just going to mix my cornflour water slurry, splashing it all over me. And as it's boiling, I'm just going to drizzle in half a tablespoon to a tablespoon at a time to get the desired consistency. Now the desired consistency is enough where the sauce clings to the vegetables and the meat, but it's still pourable. Obviously, if you're cooking this at home, you can make it as thick as you want or as thin as you want. But for me, that is 100% right. I'm just going to add in a sprinkle of sesame oil. Give that a quick mix. Finish this off with some crushed cashew nuts. And there we have it. A Cantonese chicken and cashew nuts that we used to cook back in the Panda restaurant, which was my mum and dad's restaurant. It tastes divine, and I'm going to go and have my lunch. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.